What's up, everyone? We are here in the Jurassic Room, and welcome to another episode of Dinosaurs of the Week, where all of you, the fans, get to pick what is showcased in each week's episode. And as you can see, once more, I got a lot of awesome suggestions again. So if you would like to possibly have your suggestion picked in next week's episode, then make sure you let me know down in the comments below. But for today's episode, I'm going to be picking 10 of my favorite choices. So let's go ahead and see what gets featured in today's episode. So the first suggestion we have for today's episode is from Koala Plays for the Jurassic World Hammond Collection Allosaurus from Battle at Big Rock. And this is the brand new Hammond Collection figure that just released. And this has got to be possibly the best Hammond Collection figure we've ever gotten. I mean, look at that beautiful Allosaurus. I mean, the paint's incredible. The articulation's incredible, of course, because it's Hammond Collection. And the sculpt is just amazing. And then look at that awesome look at the Allosaurus right there. And then when we look at the back of the box, we get a better look at our Allosaurus and some of its different poses, and of course its glass eye like all the Hammond Collection recently has, which is really, really cool. But this Allosaurus now is most likely my favorite Hammond Collection figure that has been released to date. So I'm super excited to showcase it as the first figure for today's episode. The next suggestion we have right here came from Jurassic Universe for the Jurassic Park Series 2 electronic baryonic snapper. And this is an incredibly rare vintage figure and one that I'm super happy to have in my collection. It's just an awesome looking baryonics with this cool green color and this pinkish red on the snout. And then of course it can snap and has dino scream sounds, which is really, really sweet. And it comes with its authentic movie collector card, which is awesome. And then when we look at the back of the box, we get another good look at our baryonics, and you can see how the electronics actually work, which is really, really cool. And then advertisements for the other Series 2 Jurassic Park toys. But anything from Jurassic Park Series 2 are more rare, and especially this one, they can fetch really high values. I've seen a few on eBay that have sold for $400 to $500. Luckily, I got this one for a really good price, and mine is in pretty good condition. So I'm super happy to not only have it in the collection, but to showcase it for all of you. Now, this next suggestion we have right here came from Cretaceous Gaming for the Jurassic World Primal Attack Massive Biters Tarbosaurus, which is a sweet carnivore. Look at this awesome thing. It's got a really nice sculpt, and I love this gray and red paint job. I think it makes it pop out really well, but still looks decently realistic, which is really, really cool. And then when we look at the back of the box, we get another good look at our Tarbosaurus and its thrash and chomp action. So why don't we go ahead and check that out? So you can spin this to get the head spinning, and then click here to chomp, so you can get all kinds of awesome play features out of this really cool figure. And of course, this is one of the bigger carnivores too, so it looks really nice up beside your human figures and makes it look really, really menacing. And this is, I believe, the only Tarbosaurus toy that they have given us, so it does make it a little bit more special and makes it an awesome figure to feature in today's episode. Now, this next suggestion we have right here is from Rodrigo Juarez for the Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous Attack Pack Troodon. And this is a sweet little figure, guys. I can't believe this is the only time we've gotten a Troodon. I mean, it just looks awesome. Look at this cool little sculpt. Look at this gray and this red paint job. Look at those long fingered claws, which are looking pretty sweet. This is such a unique creature, in my opinion, and one that I'm super glad that they put into the Jurassic World toy line. And then we look at the back of the box, we don't really get that good of a look at our Troodon, but we get a look at some of the other attack pack dinosaurs that come along with this assortment. But this is probably the coolest one that came out of this assortment, if I'm being completely honest. I just really love the Troodon ever since I played the Jurassic Park game from Telltale Games, where the Troodon was one of the main villain dinosaurs on Isla Nublar. It just gave a really cool take on them, and it makes this figure stand out in my collection a little bit because of that. Hopefully we'll get some more awesome Troodon toys in the future, but for now we at least have this awesome one for our collections. Now we've got another suggestion right here from Ash Edits for a toy from the first Jurassic Park movie. So I picked one of the most iconic ones around, the Jurassic Park Series 1 Young Tyrannosaurus Rex, because I think this is a toy that we can all appreciate and one that most of us grew up with. It's got that amazing real feel skin like all of the Kenner toys do. And this one I have here, the box is in absolutely immaculate condition, as all of you can see. Never been cut on the tape, and there's not even a ding anywhere around it. And then when we look at the back of the box, we get a good look at our young T-Rex and it in an actual realistic scene with some other figures. And then it says squeeze neck is shown to open mouth, remove skin cover to reveal dino damage wound, which is awesome. I think all of us were big fans of the realistic dino skin and the dino damage wound back when these toys were releasing in the 90s. But any of you that know me know I have a soft spot for all of the old Jurassic Park Kenner toys, so I was super happy to get to pick one of them to showcase for all of you today. Okay, so now this suggestion right here came from my manager, Mr. Raptor Sub, for the Jurassic World Dino Rivals Danger Pack Dimorphodon, which is looking, or Attack Pack, I believe it is, Dimorphodon, which is looking really, really sweet. I love this pattern that we've got going on the wings here, and I love this orangish reddish color that the whole Dimorphodon got. I do think it looks pretty nice, even though it is a repaint of ones that we've gotten in the past. Then we look at the back of the box, we get another small look at our Dimorphodon and a look at some of the other Attack Pack dinosaurs that came in this assortment. But again, this Dimorphodon, while there's nothing too crazy about it, does have a nice vibrant paint job that still looks kind of realistic, and I always thought that this was a pretty nice Dimorphodon toy sculpt, so I don't really complain about getting extras of them, since in the movies, when the Dimorphodons show up, they show up in swarms, so it's a way to build your herd of Dimorphodons, and this colorway is pretty awesome, so it makes it a pretty fun piece for me to have in my collection. Now we have a suggestion right here from RR's Gaming Hub for the Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous Ceratosaurus Clash set. And this is a really interesting toy set right here. We got repackages of Blue and Charlie, I believe, which still look pretty nice, but they're not much different from the Attack Pack versions that we've gotten in the past with these toys. But this Ceratosaurus paint job was completely new. I know it looks very similar to the Fallen Kingdom one, but the colors are a little bit different, so it does make it a unique figure. And then we look at the back of the box, we get a better look at our Ceratosaurus, our two raptors, and the Ceratosaurus's chomping action, which is pretty cool. And something interesting about this set is that it never really showed up at regular retail stores. This never showed up at Walmart, Target, anything like that. They only showed up straight to discount stores, but they were pretty abundant at the time at the discount stores, so they weren't too hard to find, but they were a little bit of a different find since you couldn't go to your regular stores to get them. So for that reason, it makes this set pretty unique to me. So here we are with yet another suggestion right here from Captain Kaiju for the Jurassic World Dominion Roar Strikers Ichiovinator, which is really, really cool because it is a Spinosaurid type dinosaur, very similar to the Spinosaurus. That's why we got that awesome long snout and that sail on the back, which is pretty cool. And this is just an interesting looking creature. I like how the teeth fit together here, kind of like a crocodile. I think that looks pretty cool. And then this sail and the wild colors do make this figure look awesome, in my opinion. And then when we look at the back of the box, we get a better look at our Ichiovinator and how you can press down to hear it roar. So why don't we go ahead and check that out. So not only does this figure look pretty cool, have a pretty good sculpt, and an awesome paint job in my opinion, but it's also got some pretty cool sound effects, which make this one a very fun one to play with and to have in all of our collections. Now this suggestion we have right here is from Jurassic Cashman for the Jurassic World Hammond Collection Baryonyx from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. And this is one of the nicer Hammond Collection toys in my opinion. I just really like the sculpt on it, and I like the paint job as well. I think it just really depicts the Baryonyx from Fallen Kingdom super, super well. And look at that awesome look at the Baryonyx. Pretty sweet. And then we look at the back of the box, we get another good look at our Baryonyx and a little description about it, of course. But this is just one of the cooler dinosaurs that appeared in Fallen Kingdom for me, and this Hammond collection figure is no exception. It is really, really sweet. I love the long snout. I love the paint job. I love the articulation, of course, because it is Hammond collection, and this is definitely one of my favorite medium-sized dinosaurs that we've gotten in all of the Hammond collection, so that does make this one really awesome and a great one to showcase in this week's episode. Now, the last suggestion we have for today's episode is from Bimkin the Chicken for the Jurassic World Dino Rivals Dual Attack Triceratops in this beautiful gray color. I really, really like this one, and it almost feels like they're paying a little bit of homage to the unreleased gray Triceratops from the Lost World. Maybe they were, maybe they weren't, but it does look pretty awesome. It's got a nice sculpt, the same sculpt that we've gotten many times for the Triceratops, but I will say this is probably one of my favorite colorways. And then when we look at the back of the box, we get a good look at our Triceratops, its head strike, its tail strike, and it of course comes with the collector card since it is from the Dino Rivals toy line. That is something that always made this toy line a little bit unique to me. But why don't we go ahead and check out those features. So first we got some head striking action, and then we got some tail striking action. Whoops, there we go. And then we can maybe do both at the same time if I can click them. There we go. But another pretty awesome figure with a really beautiful paint job to me. I know it's very simplistic, but I think it definitely makes this Triceratops look very elegant in my opinion. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Dinosaurs of the Week. Once again, if you would like your pick possibly featured in next week's episode, then make sure you let me know down in the comments below. Want to see more awesome Jurassic content? Then hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications so that you don't miss any of my content. Also, check me out on Instagram and join my Discord server for so much more Jurassic fun. The links to everything will be in the description below. Check out more awesome Jurassic videos here.